Jean-Baptiste de La Salle, a gifted with youth, wealth, on course for a brilliant career, saw those neglected children. His dreams of personal glory slowly faded. His heart was touched and he reflected, "These are my brothers, they need me." With complete trust in Providence, he opened little school, recruited helpers, shared his life with them. He inspired them a sense of identity of mission. Working as a team, they form a community and call themselves brothers. From France, the brothers spread in 81 countries. Now there are about 7,000 brothers in hundreds of educational centers, educating students throughout the world. The retirement of Brother Paul Ho brought to a close a 157-year presence of the Lasalle Brothers in Malaysia. The legacy of Lasalle Brothers in Malaysia started in March 1852, when a majestic sailing ship completed its 3-month voyage and entered Singapore's busy harbour. 6 brothers came ashore to take charge of St. Joseph's Institution, Singapore, and in Penang, the very same month, St. Xavier's Institution. On the day of his retirement, Malaysiakini spoke to Brother Paul Ho on the Lasallian Brotherhood and their legacy in Malaysia.
Actually, we were invited back in the 1800s. We were invited by the French Catholic priests who already started small little schools in Singapore and in Penang, those days under the Straits Settlement, and they were just simple schools that just taught literacy, reading, writing, and surprisingly it was all done in Bahasa, in Malay language as they call it, because that was the language of the natives, and so they were teaching all in Bahasa. Literacy, there was no examination and all. Then later on, when the colonial office took over the administration of the Straits Settlement, that is when they invited Reverend Hutchings to come and start a proper school with a proper British curriculum. That's how free school started. So the Catholic priests got worried actually that Catholic children are going to a Protestant school. At that time, Protestant and Catholics, there was still quite a lot of uneasiness. So the French priests, at that time, the brothers in France was already very well known. And so the French priests ran over to France to ask for brothers to come over here to take over the schools in the Straits Settlement. So that's how we came in 1852, the first 6 brothers. 3 of them went to Singapore, and then the other 3 brothers came here. They were French brothers. They did not know anything about Bahasa, they didn't know anything about, they have no knowledge of English. But while traveling in the ship, that's how they learned Malay and they learned English. And so the first brother director was a Frenchman, French brother. And after that, from then onwards, as the school system began to establish in the Federated Malay States in the Straits Settlement, that's when we were invited to open new schools in all the towns. So overall, the brothers have administered for 157 years primary and secondary schools from the peninsula right to East and West, at East and West Malaysia. We are here at the service of the students, young people, and especially the poor. When we talk about the poor, it's just not poor boys who have no money, but rich boys can be also poor in terms of emotional poverty, intellectual poverty, you know, with all the distractions of computers and all. They're not studying, they rather play computer games. We need to help young people to focus. That's all St. John Baptist Lasalle are his brothers, that we become brothers to our students.
On his last day, Brother Paul Ho candidly reminisced how much things have changed with the Malaysian education system. He affirms that the legacy must prevail to keep the sense of belonging to the many students it had touched. According to him, the policies can change, but it should not wither down the legacy which has been laboured with passion and love, especially the Lasallian legacy.
So in this school, I'm the last. never knew I was going to be the last. We thought there would be more people joining, but society has changed so much. That's why we don't have people coming forward to be brothers. And also the government system has changed in terms of service in Malaysia, so the brothers no longer enjoy the privilege of getting appointed to be principal of our school so easily. Now if any brothers were to join, they will have to join the civil service, just like any ordinary lay teachers. Yeah. So we have a legacy of many well-known old boys in all our schools. Okay? And it is the feeling now is it's apprehensive that you hope that that people who become principals in the brother school would respect the heritage of the school, not take over the school and say they are civil servants, so they do not follow certain traditions of the school. Every school is different. Even the ministers have been saying every school is different. It's not the same. So when they come in, just don't run the school as if you are running some kind of a factory. But a school is for people. So depending on the pastoral care of each school, so new heads should look into the pastoral care and do whatever is unique to the school.
The issue of making the Lasalle Institution as one of the fully aided schools has been a long-standing issue. Every year, the brothers and the administration has successfully solicited funds to maintain the institution. Today, the future looks bleak as the brother retires. The question looms in the air: will the funders and old boys will have the same affection towards this establishment?
So far, the brothers are very professional beggars. We have managed to ask the public to donate money, and our well-known and rich old boys to improve the facility of the school. Now the problem is the government considered all brothers' school to be private properties, which is true. The brothers' property are owned by the brothers. The brothers use their own pay to buy property. And it's the people of the particular state where we are in that help us to build the school. For example, in Penang, St. Xavier's is very unique. The early days when the brothers bought this piece of land, the people of Penang supported by building the school. As the school expanded, unfortunately it was bombed by the Japanese and the American planes during World War II. Again, the people of Penang came forward to help the brothers to build this present site and this present building of St. Xavier's. That's how we maintain the school. And then in terms of facilities, improvement of facilities, the government only helps us very partially. But the main bulk of the improvement of facilities and all have been the people of the old boys and the people who support the school. That's how we manage to have good facilities.
With the retirement of the last Lasalle brother, the administration of the school will be taken over by Ministry of Education. The heritage and culture which has been preserved and enriched over the duration of 157 years begs an answer whether this tradition will be continued.
It's just that as long as people are there to remind them of what Lasallian culture is. Why my only worry is this, where like for example, like St. Xavier's, when I'm gone, old boys and supporters of the school feel that, oh, there is no need to support St. Xavier's anymore. That I hope they don't think that without a brother, their donation will go astray, or there will be CBT cases, because they donated money and they cannot account for it. There is no such thing now, because we have all the what we call the guards for all this. Against all this abuse, there shouldn't be any case. But we need now the old boys ever more so to come forward to safeguard the culture of the school. And if they feel that a lay principal have seemed to have watered down certain things, the culture and the heritage, then they should say so, rather than stand back and let it water the culture down. So now it's in the hands of the old boys. Yeah, but the brothers are still around. I mean, retiring, getting older and older. Now we are more or less getting ready to die.